Hey everyone, and welcome back again in another power scaling video. Today's video we are going to discuss and debunk the trivialism and DMC verse. But before we get into the trivialism argument, let me address some stuffs about my previous DMC debunk video. Recently we debunked DMC high outerversal scaling, but I guess I need to clarify some points about reality fiction transcendence. So by context, when Urizen says that everything is an illusion made by the tree, he is referring to the illusory space created by the demon tree that both he and Dante were in at that moment. Also, you can't ignore the fact that that illusion was shattered when Virgil appeared and back to the true reality. I think now we are done with this. Now let us get into the 1T plus DMC scaling argument. So this argument is based on power scaling wiki. I think everyone knows about this wiki and its tiering system. So in this video, we are going to see trivialism definition, DMC trivialism argument, and the problems with trivialism and power scaling. So now let's define trivialism. Trivialism is the logical theory that all statements or propositions are true and that all contradictions of the form P and not P, for example, the ball is red and not red are true. Proposition if and only if a true proposition, meaning that all propositions are believed to be inherently proven as true. And it is important to know that we call someone who believes everything is true a trivialist. The demon names are the truth. It is closer to its true substance. The demon names represent power and the very concept of their own existence. In DMC, there is a demon called Beowulf. He is a light beast that appears within DMC 3. So the argument says, Beowulf's name means nothing since at the very least his goals should align with that of his name, much less take any inspiration from it. We also can't say no to names within DMC since they're so fundamental that everything is changed by breaking away for the natural order set. So this is where we go to what's called paradoxism, or simply a paradox. So how it was explained Beowulf's case using trivialism set standards. Let Beowulf be P in this analysis. For P is thus and for P isn't thus. In this case, for Beowulf should be what his name states or draw something from it, as it's the truth and fundamental to the worlds themselves, yet Beowulf isn't anything from what his name dictates. Alright, so according to the trivialism definition, all propositions are true and that all contradictions, which means paradox isn't what's needed to set up an argument for trivialism, since paradox and contradiction isn't the same. A paradox defies logic and expectations, and it is something that can neither be true nor false, while a contradiction is something that contradicts itself, meaning it says something is true, then says the same thing is false. It contains antithetical yet interrelated elements that are impossible and cannot be true. To understand this, a contradiction is a logical inconsistency, where two statements or propositions are mutually exclusive and cannot both be true at the same time. For example, the statements, the sky is blue, and the sky is not blue, are contradictory. Contradictions are generally considered undesirable in logical reasoning and must be resolved. In contrast, a paradox is a statement or proposition that seems to lead to a conclusion that contradicts itself or goes against common sense. Which means paradox isn't what's needed to set up an argument for trivialism. Therefore, Beowulf doesn't provide trivialism scale within DMC. So now let's move on the problems with trivialism, especially with power scaling. Due to the law of non-contradiction, if something in fiction provides the trivialism, the statement would be valid due to it being invalid, since fiction is bound by that law. But how? Because humans are bound by this law and fiction is brought forth from human imagination, for example. Can you imagine something existing and not existing at the same time? Some people are going to say that fiction can transcend what we perceive or conceive in reality since it explores human imagination, which can explore literally any possibility when creating a fictional setting. But, possibilities fall under the three laws of thought. Some others are going to say just because humans can't necessarily see nor imagine, it doesn't mean it's automatically invalid. We could say the same about dimensions. Also no, because dimensions follow the idea of logic since we can imagine or gather an understanding on what dimensions are. The law of thought I'm talking about declares existence in real life. Sure, but like I said, the same way that we can barely comprehend other dimensions yet we scale characters off them. I mean, that's the point. It's logical because we can bring forth an understanding upon dimensions unlike something that is logically illogical. For more details about trivialism, law of noncontradiction, and modal logic, check the links in the description. Time to go. I hope you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe for more scaling videos. See ya!